sane today. I think like they've been acting up the last couple of days. I think it's just allergies. They just get really, like they feel gritty and itchy. So it kind of becomes distracting after a while. It goes on for too long and I can't make it quit.
Oh, hi Louise. Thanks for joining me again to help me make a few videos to help other people to be able to do this. So today I want to work on something called a guided relaxation. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to talk you through a full body relax, and during the course of that, as we get to the end, I'll show you every time we talk about a muscle group or a body part. Once we move to the next part, you'll tense that part while we talk about it, or feel the clothing or feel the part, and then as we go to the next part, you'll let that part relax. We'll keep going through that. I'll travel from your feet upwards through your body, through your back, through your head, and then down your front, and then back down to your feet. And then I'll do something called anchoring it. I'll ask you to put your hands on flat on your lap, and I'll touch one of your fingernails, and I'll ask you, I'm about to do this, is that okay? And this can be done while you're at home. We can use anything to anchor something. I could hold this. I could travel through doing something, and then at the right time after I've done it, I could squeeze this, and that would anchor the exercise that we've just done. I can clear my mind and go to something else, and I pick this up and I squeeze it again, and I can recall what I just learned. It'll just pop back. So when we touch your fingernail, I anchor the first part, the relaxation, and then the second part will be, I'll get you to create a picture in your mind of a place that you've been that's very beautiful, and then I'll anchor it to the same spot on the same fingernail. And then I'll get you to take 2 breaths, and as you're taking those 2 breaths, I'll again touch and anchor that. And then I'll ask you to take 2 breaths and get your picture, and you'll be able to recall those. As you recall the breathing, the picture, you'll also recover the full body relax at the same time. And then we have to practice this. And we'll practice it on a couple easy things, and I'll get you to do a hard thing, a memory from the past that's very uncomfortable, and I'll show you how to relax through it. And that's just a coping mechanism to help you through a difficult process. Now, should the memory stay, we have another exercise that we've already done, where we called it the swish, where you're able to create a video in your mind, replay it forwards, backwards, and then pick up the speed, and we can actually remove the memory if we need to because it's too uncomfortable. Okay, and then we permanently erase it. So that being said, we'll try to you can stop me at any time if you need to, or you have any questions or thoughts. But for the most part, this is strictly about a relaxation exercise. I guide you through it. You practice it. Get very strong. Ideally, we want to practice this when conditions are good. And when conditions are good, we're developing an awareness of what it feels like to feel good. And then, you know, such as maybe having a shower, you shampoo your hair, you rinse. You shampoo your body, you name every body part, and then you rinse. And then you towel dry, naming every body part. You feel safe at the time when you're doing this, and that gives you another feeling of, that's a feeling of feeling good. And what we're eventually trying to develop is a scenario in your mind where when you don't feel good, something uncomfortable is going on in your mind, you're aware of it, and you might plug in one of your coping mechanisms, or you might say, I remember enough about this, I'd like to try that other exercise on it, where I can remove the feeling out of a painful memory. So the more aware we become, the stronger we become at dealing with the parts or noticing the parts that are not so good. Another way you can develop awareness is driving. You feel your bum in the car seat, you feel the back behind you, you feel your hands on the steering wheel, you feel your feet on the pedals, and you're paying attention to the world. Now that is the same as shower time. That is your time to feel comfortable with yourself, to be aware of what it feels like to feel good. And then again, makes us stronger for picking out when our bubble is off center and we don't even notice because we're so busy being upset. So that just strengthens and we need to learn to feel good more and more because we don't notice it. We only seem to notice the negative of when we feel bad. So we're going to work in this manner. Does that work for you?
Yes.
Okay, I think we're good to go.
Okay.
So what I'd like you to do, I'd just like you to get a nice, comfortable relax going on in the chair. If you like your head back in the chair, or if you like it the way it is, and put your hands on your lap. And like I said, when I'm going to touch your fingernail, I'll mention to you I'm going to touch your fingernail. And if you have any concerns, we can find another way. Like I said, we can hold a marker, we can hold a cup, we can almost do anything. And it's just a way of making that a quick memory that we can get into, and then we strengthen it by doing the other processes with it, and we re-strengthen it by practicing. A minimum of 5 times a day. Okay, so I'd like you just to close your eyes. And in my office, you can hear a fan going. So I'd just like you to listen for the fan. And anything else that you might hear is fine. It's just part of the world. We just accept it and we move along with it. So what I'd like you to do right now is just feel your feet on the floor. And I see you have shoes on. So I'd like you to notice that you're wearing socks and just feel them on the bottom of your feet. And then feel the soles of your shoes outside of your socks. And then I want you to try and reach even further down and feel the floor that's underneath you. If you can feel the carpet or the concrete below the carpet, that's wonderful. If you're just feeling the floor, that's all good. Now, as I said before, as we talk about one body part and we move to the next, so maybe you have to tighten the muscles in your feet or wherever we talk about, and then be able to let them go as we move to the next part. So I want you to feel your feet, and then I want you to move to your ankles. Once we move to your ankles, as soon as you start to feel your ankles, the joint is hard to feel, but you might move your feet, and then you let the bottom of your feet and your whole foot relax. So I want you to feel your ankles now. Maybe you can feel the socks on them. And then just twist them or move them. And then as we move to the backs of your legs, your calves, you let your ankles go. And then as you tense up your calves, you feel that. Mm-hmm. And then you move to the back of your knees and you let your calves go. The backs of your knees are hard to feel. If you're wearing slacks, you might feel the wrinkle at the back of your knees. Because knees are, fronts and backs are hard to find, feel, but it's just being able to locate that so you can let it go. Then I want you to move up to your thighs. And I want you to feel your pants on your thighs, or just tighten the muscle. And then you're letting your knees go at this time. And then you're going to move to your bum. You're going to feel your bum, however you want to do that. And you let your thighs go. And then from your bum, I want you to move to your waistband, to your pants. And just feel the waistband. And whatever else you might do to understand that feeling or feel that feeling, letting your bum go. Then you're going to move up your back. And you're just going to feel your back pressed against the chair. And you let your waistband area go. And then from there, I want you to move up your back to your neck, and you let your back go. And when you're with your neck, I see you're wearing a necklace. I want you to try and feel the necklace around your neck. I want you to feel your hair on your neck. And of course you've let your back go, so now I want you to go into your shoulders. And I want you to take a nice big deep breath, and as you do that, you let go of the breath and you feel your shoulders relax. So often that's where we carry the weight of the world, is on our shoulders. So if we can let our shoulders go, we can feel a little bit of relief. And I want you to go down your arms. I want you to go down the back of your arms and your triceps. And I want you just to flex those a little bit, or just feel the clothing. And I want you to let your shoulders go. And then from your tricep, you move to your elbow. And just maybe you can even feel your elbow touching your clothing. Or you can just maybe flex your arms just so you can feel your elbows. And then you're going to go down the back of your arms, the underside of your arms, and you'll let your elbows go. Now this is kind of a bony area, so it's hard to do anything with it. So you might just feel the clothing, or feel a touch somewhere, or even make a fist to flex your forearms a little bit. Don't flex too much. We don't want you getting Popeye arms. Okay? Then I want you to go to your wrists. And then I want you to let your forearms go. Now in your wrists, if you have long sleeves on like you have now, you might just feel the material touching your wrists. And I see you have a bracelet on one of your arms. I want you just to feel the bracelet. And then I want you to move into the palms of your hands, because your palms are downwards. I just want you to feel your palms touching your legs. And let your wrists go. Then from your palms, I want you to move to your fingers. And I want you just to apply a little bit of pressure with your fingers on your legs. And then let your palms go. From the inside of your fingers, I want you to move around to the top of your fingers. And it's pretty hard to feel anything with the backs of your hands and the top of your fingers, but I see you have rings on both hands. So I just want you to feel the ring on the top of your fingers. And then move to the top of your hands, letting your fingers go. Again, hard to feel with the top of your hands. It's hard to feel air, but you can flex your hand if you want, just so you can feel the muscle.
I can feel the air.
Okay, good girl. Then I want you to go back to your wrists and let your hands go. So feeling your material on the top of your wrists. And then from there, I want you to move into your forearms, the muscular part of your forearms on the inside. And just flex that, and then let those wrists go. And then from your forearms, I want you to go up to your bicep. And then you're going to just let that go. Let your forearms go. Feel your biceps, flex them, feel them, and then as you move back to your shoulders, let your biceps go. I want you to go up your shoulders to the back of your neck, and I want you to travel up the back of your neck all the way to your scalp. And I want you, in the scalp, I see you have a headband on. I want you to feel the headband. Or if you can, I understand there's 17 muscles in your scalp. You can flex your scalp. Good job. Good. And then I want you to go from there. After you let your neck go, I want you to go to your ears. And then you're going to let your scalp go. From your ears, you can probably feel your glasses touching. And I see you have earrings, so you can feel your ears. If you can't really have glasses or earrings, then I want you to notice that you can hear me, so your hearing works at least. Maybe your ears are non-functional other than that. And then from your ears, as you let them go, you're going to travel over to your brow. And I want you just to wrinkle your brow a bit and let it go. And as you let your brow go, I want you to move into your eyebrows. And again, just flex your eyebrows and let your brow go. And I want you to go in your eyes. And I want you to take your eyes and I want them to roll back in your head till it's uncomfortable. And as soon as it's uncomfortable, then just come back to your eyelids, letting that uncomfortableness go as you relax your eyes. And try to take that relaxation that you really felt there, because that was uncomfortable. Try to bring that right into your face, the relaxation. And I want you to come to your nose, and I want you to feel your nose. Maybe you can feel your glasses. And if not, I want you just to breathe through your nose so you can feel your nose is there. And then you're letting your eyes completely go. And I want you to move to your mouth. And I want you to use your mouth, and I want you to take your tongue, and I want you to rub it all over your teeth. The inside, the outside, and the base of your teeth, where the chewing happens. And after you've done that, I want you to do it again, but this time I want you to use your teeth to feel your tongue. So rub your tongue over your teeth, but try to feel with your teeth. And then as you've done that, I want you to come out and feel your lips, and just purse your lips. Good job. And then I want you to come down your chin and down your neck. And I want you to go all the way down to your waistband, feeling your chest along the way, feeling any clothing or making any movements you need to realize that you've traveled that part. I want you to go to your waistband in the front and just feel your waistband. And if you want to just tighten your stomach muscles, go ahead. And then from there, I want you to travel down to your thighs. And this time, I want you to use your thighs to feel your hands. Feel your thighs, the material of your slacks or pants or whatever you're wearing, and then just try to feel your hands right through. And then let your waistband area go. Then I want you to travel to your knees. And whatever you have to do to feel your knees, whether you can feel the clothing or you want to move them, and then you're going to let your legs go. Then from there I want you to go down your shins and just try to feel your shins. Again, this is a very bony part, hard to feel, but maybe you can feel the air or the clothes touching as you let your upper legs completely go and your knees, and then go down to your ankles. Once you're at your ankles, you let the front of your legs go. And then just again move your ankles or feel what's on them, your socks or your shoes, your boots. And then I want you to go down to the tops of your feet. And then once you let your ankles go, I want you to go all the way down to your toes and feel the tops of your toes, whether they're touching socks or whether they're touching your boot. It's whatever they feel. Give them a little flex. And then I want you to go from there, letting them go, traveling back to underneath your feet, feeling your toes underneath, feeling the soles of your feet, and then ultimately trying to feel your socks and your boots and the floor. And I would ask you at this point in time if you feel relaxed.
Completely.
Okay, good. And if you don't, just repeat the process. It takes a bit of doing to get onto this. Be patient with yourself. This is just a way of relaxing the body, and that's all we're trying to do right now. Is just relax the body. So I'm going to reach over and touch your fingernail. And then I'm going to ask you to open your eyes. And I want you to look at this coffee cup over here and tell me what color it is.
It's black with gold writing.
Okay. All right, so I want you to close your eyes. I'm going to touch your fingernail, and I want you to get that relaxed back. Tell me when you have it. And I've touched her fingernail at this point.
I'm relaxed.
Good girl. So what I'd like you to do at this point, I'd like you to make me a picture in your mind of the most beautiful place that you've ever been, and I want you to tell me how you feel once you're in this beautiful place. And we've done this before, so she knows how to do this immediately. Mm-hmm. Okay? How do you feel in this relaxed, beautiful place?
I feel warm. I feel safe. I feel peaceful. My eyes can drink in the beauty of this nature that I'm in.
Tell me about the picture you see.
I'm at the edge of a lake, and it's calm. It's like glass in this portion of the lake. Across the lake, not too far, but across the lake is forest. It's just green, two types of green, evergreen trees and birch trees, so they're different greens, and it's solid, and it goes up about sort of a bit of a hill, and the sky is blue. There's not a cloud. There's no wind. The sun is shining. It's warm. It's hot, but not uncomfortable, and it smells divine.
What kind of smell is it?
Oh, it's like when it rains, but better, because it's a place that I've never been that smells. It smells its very own way.
Okay. Do you hear any sounds?
There?
Yes.
Maybe fire crackling, because there's usually open fire pit. Maybe some boats in the distance. Kids having fun in the water.
Can you hear?
It's not windy.
Can you hear the water lapping a little bit on the shore?
A wee bit, just a bit.
Okay.
If you're close enough to the water.
Okay. Are you sitting, standing?
Standing.
I want you to tell me what you're wearing on your feet.
Nothing. I'm in sand.
Okay, and you can feel it on your toes. Right now, I want you to try and feel that sand on your toes.
It's
Good.
soft, and there's no rocks in it.
Okay, so what we're trying to create is a very visual, sharp image. And we're trying to pick up as many feelings that are associated to that. So, smells, feels, like her toes touching the sand, sounds. So we're trying to get onto as many gustatory and visual ideas we can get. This is very important. And then I want her to sharpen the image as much as she can, and then take in the feeling that she feels at this very time. And tell me what you feel.
I always feel safe.
Good. I'm going to reach over and touch your fingernail now, okay? Okay, so what I'd like you to do, Louise, is I'd like you to open your eyes, and I'd like you to look off to the right. And there's a file cabinet there. Can you tell me what color it is?
Kind of beige.
Okay. So what we do is we break the state. When I first asked her to look at the first cup, I broke the state by getting her to describe something she saw. So it's a mood mind change. Now she's looking at a file cabinet and giving me a color, again breaking the state. So I'm going to touch her fingernail again, or it would be the same as getting her to grab something. And then I'm going to ask her to get the picture back. And when I ask her to get the picture back, she'll also notice that the relax sets in. And if it doesn't, she'll let me know of that as well. So get the picture, Louise. And tell me when you have the picture.
I'll have the picture.
Make it very vivid. And then tell me if you have the full body relax at the same time.
I would say I do.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
good.
I've actually been using the picture a lot,
For what purpose?
just to bring myself back to myself when I feel hurried or anxious. I think to myself, oh, think of the picture. It consciously goes through my head, and sometimes I can't close my eyes, so it might not be as clear, but when I close my eyes, I can easily see. It's a picture I've seen my whole life, so it's easy to find.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you to take 2 breaths now. Just 2 normal breaths. I'm going to touch your fingernail again, and I'm going to anchor this to the 2 things you have going on right now. Okay. I'd like you to come back, and I'd like you to tell me what color these markers are.
It's blue and red.
Okay, good. All right, so what I want to do now, I want you, again, to close your eyes, and I'm going to touch your fingernail, and all these 3 things are going to occur at once. You're going to take 2 breaths, you're going to get the picture, and the full body relax will go into play. And tell me when you feel the relaxation.
I have it.
Okay, now I'm going to test it a little bit for you. I'm going to ask you to tell me about something that's happened to you in the last week or so that was either annoying, frustrating, maddening, anything like that. It doesn't have to be anything major.
Okay.
No gunfights. You got it?
Yeah.
I want you to feel that feeling that you felt when this was going on. So I want you to go back into that memory of whatever happened until you feel that feeling that you felt.
Okay.
What feeling was that?
Annoyance.
Okay, I want you to take 2 breaths and get that picture. And I've touched her fingernail again, so we've awakened that anchor. Tell me, and you have to keep repeating this until you overcome that feeling.
Oh, I have my picture.
Good. Is the feeling still there?
No.
Good. Okay. I want you, this time, I'm going to get you to open your eyes. And I want you to tell me something else that's happened to you recently that could have been any one of those. Like, you know, that was that annoying?
Just annoyance, yeah.
I want you to think of something that frustrated you, something you were doing that frustrated you. Whether it was your fault or somebody else's, doesn't matter.
Okay, well, that was when I was trying to navigate a difficult website to find information. I felt frustrated.
Okay. See yourself in front of that computer, trying to navigate, and tell me when you have that feeling back that you felt at the time.
I was afraid, yeah. I could feel that fear.
You can feel it right now?
Anxiety. Yeah, like, oh no, I can't do this.
Good girl. Hang on to that feeling. I'm going to touch that anchor, and I want you to take 2 breaths and get your picture with your eyes open.
My eyes open, that's hard.
I never ask for anything easy. You ought to know that by now.
I can't look at you though, and I have to look away in order to see the picture. Okay, I can see it.
Tell me when that feeling is gone. Keep doing it over and over as many times as you need to.
Just breathe. Okay, I feel my breathing slowing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Frustration?
Okay, I see it. Yeah, I see it, and I'm okay.
Okay. So sometimes you might have to keep doing this for, the record is 19 times to do this, to get rid of a feeling, and I hold the record, so I could be slow sometimes.
I've been doing it a while though, so I've gotten used to using it.
Okay. So you have to do this on several things. Frustration, anger, maybe even some rage, annoyance, can't get your own way, whatever it is, find about 4 or 5 to do this on. Now, what I want you to do, I'm going to show you how to do a real difficult one. And Louise is going to go back. She was in a bad relationship a number of years ago, and she's going to pull out a painful memory out of it, something that stands out in her mind that probably still struggles with today. Now, she's not going to say it out loud to me. Now, this is a way we have of doing this with no content, so you don't have to divulge what's happened. This allows you to just merely replay it in your mind and get to it, and then to be able to calm yourself down. Now, I've asked her to do a big one for me, but I don't want you to undertake a big one until you've been doing this for a while and you're good at it. Because if you get into a big one and you got no way of calming yourself down, this will be a difficult process because you might get stuck. So you need to practice this. I would practice this for about a week, a minimum of 5 times a day when things are good, and then test yourself on small things every day until you get a fair amount of strength. So I'd ask you to go back to a real difficult.
I'm already feeling weepy.
Are you? Okay, good.
It's okay. I mean, yeah, it's okay.
Good. Okay, so let's go back again and say, do you feel safe right now?
Not in memory, no.
Okay, come back to me, come back to in the room for now. And we need to do 3 things here. We've talked about the vagal nerve, and that you need to feel safe, you need to be able to relax, and you need to feel like you're with an equal.
I feel that here in reality, yes.
Okay, so now I want you to go back to this ugly memory that you have, and tell me when you feel the feeling from this ugly memory.
I feel it.
Okay, now I want you to take 2 breaths and get your picture. And keep doing it till this feeling is 100% gone. It's really important not to break your train of thought for anything at this point in time. You keep breathing and getting that picture till this feeling is completely gone. As you can see, there's difficulty here.
No, it's, I'm just kind of stuck for a second here.
Just once you get calm, then we can go further if we have to.
I haven't thought about this for a while.
That's all right. Just keep breathing.
Starting to pass.
Good girl.
Not there yet, but it's starting to
Good
pass.
girl.
I can feel it it's sort of in my veins. It's sort of a strange sensation to try to describe.
This is where when you're getting that picture, you might think about the sounds you heard or the feeling of the sand on your feet. Because we're dealing with a visceral feeling of, she can almost feel it in her veins. So we want to use visceral as well. So we think of the feelings that, the touching, the hearing, the smell. The body relax, feeling your body in the chair, feeling the chair underneath you, feeling it behind you, feeling your feet on the floor. Seeing the picture very vivid, very clear. Realizing you're safe. Realizing you can relax because you're safe. And you're sharing. And we're working together. Do you feel like you're with an equal right now?
Yes.
That's so important. We need these 3 things. Sorry to keep talking and interrupting you, Louise.
It's okay, I'm experiencing the feelings anyway. I'm feeling, I just feeling left with some hurt.
It's okay.
So it's not what it was, but there's just a recognition of, I was really hurt.
Okay, so tell me when you're back to neutral. You're feeling calm. You realize that feeling is an old feeling? Mm-hmm. And we'll deal with that in a moment. Once you're totally calm, and you're back to being safe and comfortable.
Okay, I feel like I'm here in my chair in the room.
Okay.
Not there anymore.
Where's that feeling?
It's safe.
Okay. So,
Present.
because this is such a difficult one, we'll go back to something that we've already recorded. It might be further along in here, and it was called, the NLP technique called swish. So what I'm going to get her to do